What's up guys, welcome back to the second episode of the MINIWORX Co BBR 50 build. This episode is mostly focused on the engine. We actually ran into a ton of issues. What we thought we had inside the engine, we were actually totally wrong. It was pretty funny, but it definitely added a delay, so we're sorry it took so long to get the second episode out. Originally, we thought we had an 88, and the plan was just to do a fresh top end, meaning a piston and rings, especially because the piston inside there was actually designed for the stock head, and the fact that we had a Takagawa race head on it, we needed to put the proper piston in anyway. So it should have just been a simple piston and ring swap, but nah. Luckily, we have a good friend named Eric who's an engine wizard, and he really helped us out with this. So let's go to his shop and let's show you what happened.
Hey guys, this is Eric Jacobs, JMX Power Sports. We basically specialize in motor work and high performance applications. We're here today with MINIWORX. We're gonna fix up this 88cc big bore kit. Should be pretty awesome. All right guys, this is the real reason we're here today. This is the piston we'll be putting in. This piston actually has a very, very large dome in it, as the Takagawa head has a very large combustion chamber versus the stock CRF50. This piston would actually perform very poorly inside that engine, considering there would be extreme lack of compression.
We're losing, man. This don't fit. Are you serious?
Dead serious.
So it turns out that was actually an 82cc cylinder kit. So it's a week later, we got our new 52mm 88cc cylinder.
I'm excited. We hit a few snags, but we're gonna get her done. This is a moment of truth to find out if we got the right cylinder.
Let's see what happens.
Looks like it fits. Yeah, it's always important to give yourself a nice clean gasket surface. We're gonna go ahead and tighten this in a cross pattern. We're gonna go ahead and cycle the motor over to relieve the tension on the cam chain and get all the slack out.
So the last thing to do here is to take off the clutch cover, because we're gonna go get that Cerakoted. If you're looking to get any engine work done on your Mini or big bike, I definitely recommend JMX Power Sports. Huge thanks to Eric.
Absolutely, she's gonna rip.
This means you're part of the MINIWORX crew, right?
Yeah.
So we have the engine back at our home base now, and the first thing to do is get the new Cerakoted clutch cover back on. It turned out really nicely, and I think it's going to match the Takagawa ignition cover really well. It's time to take off the old front sprocket to get ready to throw the new one on, since we're using a brand new rear sprocket and chain. We can finally install the new BBR cam cover as well. Funny story, I actually had to search for 2 months to find one of these cam covers. We'll go ahead and install the new Takagawa magnesium ignition cover. Should look really sweet once it's all together, and then we can start mounting the engine. First thing we do is clean up our engine mounting bolts and apply some fresh grease as always. The engine mounts into the BBR frame kit by the top engine mount first and then the bottom, but we have to keep those bolts loose for now. There's a rectangular plate that connects the frame cradle to the engine, which goes next. At this point, I'm going to mock up the muffler half of the exhaust. Now we'll mount the foot peg mounts to each side, which actually also helps secure the rectangular plate. And now we can finally mount the carburetor. There's actually an adapter that turns the intake manifold straight. Without that adapter, the carb wouldn't fit into the perimeter frame. We can fully install the exhaust at this point. So the skid plate goes next, which is also where we'll fasten the engine into the frame cradle. Once the bottom of the engine is fastened, we can now fully tighten the top 2 engine mounts. The brake pedal actually had some dirty wear spots on it, so I cleaned it up with a red Scotch-Brite and some Simple Green, and it turned out really nice. So now we install the brake pedal to the rear brake kit and test it to make sure it's all good. We're using these older IMS foot pegs for now. The final step is just installing the shifter, and we're going to be set for now. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. We only have a few more things left to do to this bike. I know this took a long time for the second video to get out, but we promise the third episode will come out pretty quickly. I just want to give you a little update with the brand. We're working really hard on product development every day. So in addition to the parts that we're working on, everything will be made in the United States, obviously. But we're also working with a couple awesome companies. For graphic kits, we're working with Era. We're stoked to announce that, and we'll have graphic kits available. We're also stoked to announce that we're in collaboration with Thrill Seekers for seat covers. You'll see that in the next episode as well. We have a lot of really cool stuff planned right now. I don't want to speak too much about it, spoil everything, but stay tuned to the channel. Follow our Instagram at MINIWORX Co. Check us out on Facebook as well. Thanks for watching, and thank you guys so much for your support.